All right, welcome to another episode of The American Dream. I'm your host, Craig Sewing, where our goal every show is to go against the grain of that negative media. Today, we got a great show lined up for you. We are talking about legacy. What's more important than the impact you make in the greatest country on planet Earth? So we're going to be diving into some great advice and stories along the legacy theme. Of course, if you want to engage in the conversation, you can do so online. That being said, let's get this show started right now. Every single day, you are consumed with information. With the 24/7 negative news cycle and a pop culture that's polluting the airwaves, all selling out for the ratings game. Well, guess what? There's a more positive way to look at life. You live in the greatest city in the greatest country on the planet. Every day with our elite network of professionals, our goal is to educate, empower, and engage. And now it's time to fight for your American dream. Now for the word on the American Dream. Today's show, we are theming around legacy. Now on this program, we talk a lot about success. I want to make a very key point here. Success is not determined by income, it's determined by impact. Let's use the American Dream as an example. This is a show not owned by a network. It's commercial free, where we have partnerships that have helped us launch all across the country, going against the grain of the negative media that you're so tired of. That's making an impact. And there's a business around this whole thing as well, called Ignite Media. We're really, really proud of it. I want you to think about the impact that you're having in your business, or maybe your personal life, your family, whatever it may be. How do you make an impact? Now is the best time in the history of mankind to build a brand, to make that impact, and it's through digital and social media. You can aggregate attention now better than ever. So what better opportunity than 2018 to make a social impact? We want to incentivize you to do that. We want to fan the flame for you. Today, you're going to hear some great interviews on the topic, some inspiration, and don't forget, you can always connect with us online to get more information as well. Let's start the American Dream legacy right now.
Hey, I'm Jenn Morris, co-host of The American Dream. Are you sick of the negative media? Then join the conversation online.
All right, now joining us on The American Dream, a running back for the Denver Broncos, C.J. Anderson. Good to have you on the show, my friend. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
So today we're going to talk about your organization, Dreams Never Die Foundation. Look forward to that. But, man, I gotta chat with you about this past weekend's football games. Oh, man, what'd you think of the Saints-Vikings game?
It's tough. I mean, as a kid, we all get taught, man, as playing safety, don't let no one get behind you. I feel bad for Drew Brees, just been putting so much effort and so much work and, his craft into this game. And he's one of the top players, and to see his season end like that, man, definitely sucks. Definitely sucks.
Yeah, it hurt to watch. That was a tough play. But for the Vikings, man, what an incredible story. That's going to be remembered forever. Any predictions for the Super Bowl and who you think wins it?
Vikings, Patriots, as much as I hate to say it, Tom Brady wins this 6.
Why does everybody hates to say it? It's just,
good thing with New England. I mean, I've played them so many times in my career, and I've had success against them, but they just never beat themselves, man. They're tough to beat, and, having Belichick and Brady, Belichick is one thing, but having a guy like Tom Brady who just makes the right decisions, like every time he drops back, they're just tough to beat. They're tough to beat.
Yeah, I don't care who wants to hate on the Patriots. You got to respect them. I mean,
all the way.
They know how to win. All right, man, speaking of winning, you're doing some big things with Dreams Never Die Foundation. Tell us a little bit about it.
So pretty much I started a foundation for the inner city youth back in my community in Vallejo, California. We're calling it Dreams Never Die. I was an inner city kid who had limited resources, but I had the right guidance and mentorship to put me in the position I'm in today. Leading to the NFL and, being an alum at UC Berkeley and things of that nature. So pretty much just in a nutshell, what I'm doing is I'm creating a facility. It's a 60,000 square foot building for academic and athletic resources for your regular students and your student athletes. Coming in with helping out with our resources academically. Next week on the 25th and 26th of January, I go to Harvard. Go down and speak at Harvard, which should be really amazing, and talk to them about our academic programs. And, I got Google and Apple and Facebook and Arrow, Twitch, and a bunch of other big-time companies I meet with sit down this week in Silicon Valley. And To turn around to finish up, I go to MIT to speak at their Sloan Analytic Conference with myself, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, and Barack Obama. So I'm just trying to put the foundation on the map. Like I said, I'm just trying to provide elite top resources for academics and athletics. And, inside that facility, we'll deal with football, girls and boys basketball, softball, volleyball, golf, and baseball. And then everything on the academic side as far as tutoring, SAT, ACT prep. And, and different things is painting, cooking classes, just different programs in that one facility to let kids know that you just don't have to be, the next C.J. Anderson or the next Jay-Z to be successful. You can do anything in this world, whether it's technology, whether it's being an author, whether it's being a painter or a cook, to be successful. And any kid that has a dream, we want them to flourish that and be themselves. So we're helping all types of students, from student athletes to regular academic students. And hopefully we create the facility and dreamers start, being successful real soon in the fall of 2019.
Love it, man. I think what's really unique about what you're doing, obviously as a professional athlete, you got a big heart for sports, so you're having the athletic side of things put together as well. And I heard you say 60,000 square feet.
Yeah, so the building of 60,000 square feet, it has all the sports that I named inside there for training and rec use. Inside that building will be a 20,000 square foot building inside that 60,000 square foot building. Strictly for academics. It's a 20,000 square foot academics, tutoring, computer lab, different tech software, things of that nature. So it's going to be pretty interesting and pretty fun when it finally gets together. Best
of both worlds. So doing the athletics and the academics. That's awesome that you would take a leadership role on that. You're obviously a busy guy with training, being an NFL football player, but to take time out of your already busy schedule to do that, it's just awesome, man. Thank you so much for coming on The American Dream. I hope our audience can reach out to you, connect, learn more about it. C.J. Anderson, thanks for coming on The American Dream.
Thank you.
All right, you got to love when these guys, they take time out of their hectic schedules where they have to train all day to be professional athletes, and they're passing it on. That's truly legacy right there. More of The American Dream coming up next.
I'm Jenn Morris, co-host of The American Dream. Are you interested in finance, real estate, entrepreneurship, or business? Well, you can follow us along online and watch more of our episodes.
Welcome to The American Dream. Today I have with me Eran, the CEO of ID CyberCenter. Wire fraud, cyber hacks. He is the man to go to. Eran, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Happy 2018. Happy New Year.
Same to you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Of course. So let's jump right into it. Let's talk about how 2017, how can you best protect yourself from being protected from identity theft?
We provide monitoring that is really essential. We give people what they want, what they need, not what we want to give them or what we want to sell them.
Absolutely.
But there's a lot of aspects that people should know beside that. You should really be careful. You should really choose hard to remember password. I know it's a pain, but you really should. You should really watch how you pay things online. What do you use? You should really watch public Wi-Fi. That's becoming a rising situation.
And I know that with the new Apple phones coming out, the 8, the X, and now Apple Pay is so readily available.
Yeah.
You have your Apple Watch, you have it amongst multiple devices. What do you think about Apple Pay? Is that just another way for us to be?
They can hack into anything. If your phone is in your pocket, they could sit even next door or remotely somewhere else and try to get into your phone and get into your Apple Pay. But it's like any other hacker that would do it. Those will be smaller type hackers. But I'm talking about with the madness that's going with cryptocurrencies.
Yes.
Right? Everyone is carrying around a digital wallet, and they always all the other, there are over 1,300 cryptocurrencies, right? But people are thinking, well, it's not safe, it's not secure. Look, I always explain to people, this is like leaving your wallet on the table. When you have cash in your wallet, you leave it on the table, somebody steals it, it's gone.
Right.
With cryptocurrencies and your digital wallet, whether you use Coinbase or any other company for that matter that offer the services, it is the really the password that makes it or breaks it.
Sure.
So it's the more difficult it is to break into your password, the less likely they will be able to steal your digital wallet.
It all comes down to the password, and I know
Absolutely.
you've touched on this with Craig before, the top 10 passwords.
Yeah.
There are a top 10 that people use over and over, and the top one for 2 years straight was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Exactly.
I know people use the word password.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
things, baseball, football, things that are so commonly used. You have to go with the capitals, the lowercase, the numbers, the special
special character, exactly. And it's really important because people don't realize there's a lot of Facebook hacking lately.
Right.
And the reason they do that, because they really want to watch trends. They want to watch what you do, who you're doing it with.
And all of that is online. People
Absolutely.
can find out more than we even know because of our
Absolutely.
online presence. They can
Absolutely.
find out where we would go, when we would be there.
That's right. They look at your activities from past weekend. You were out with your dog, whatever the name is,
Sure.
and then now they go and trying to get in, and there's a question, your favorite dog's name, and
Yep.
now they have that,
They
or
have
your
that in
in-laws.
there.
So it's really important, guys, to be careful what information you put out there.
Okay, so for 2018, to keep yourself protected, what's your one last line?
Get monitoring. Get security.
monitoring.
It's like insurance.
It's easy.
You need insurance.
Yep.
You can't live without insurance anymore. Those days are over.
Absolutely.
It's not a question of if, but it's a question of when it's
Sure.
going to happen.
Yep.
That's it.
Well, thank you so much, Eran, for being here with us
Thank
today.
you for
Get
having me.
monitoring. You heard it here. Protect yourself in 2018. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Jenn Morris, co-host of The American Dream. Don't forget, you can always watch more of our content online and follow us along on social media.
Now, of course, on a show called The American Dream, you got to talk a little bit about real estate. Nobody better to do that with than award-winning podcaster from the Real Wealth Show and now Real Estate News is a new thing you're doing. Fettke, one of our favorites. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you for
Let's
having
talk
me.
housing.
Let's do it.
No shortage of stuff to talk about.
Oh my, but shortage of housing for sure.
That was not even scripted, Fettke. Real quick, because we're a little rushed here. The mortgage interest deduction.
Yes.
How impactful do you think that is on housing?
I differ from nearly everyone on this on this subject because I don't think it'll have an impact. I really don't. Not where it's at because. For the first-time home buyer, they're looking at that because they're squeezed,
Sure.
and they're not going to be affected because the average home price is, around $250, and the mortgage deduction goes up to, higher than that.
Okay.
And so it's not going to affect most people. It would only affect the high end. Now, do high-end
Do
buyers?
high-end really care about that tax?
They don't care. What are they? They're buying a house because they want a house.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Fettke, one of the best. RealWealthNetwork.com. Great podcast. Now you got the real estate news coming out.
Yeah.
We love having you on this show. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. If you want to know anything about real estate, don't forget we want to be a resource for you as well. Reach out to us online. There's a contact form. You got questions, you need advice, you need an introduction, no matter what market you're in. Make sure you reach out for advice. More of The American Dream coming up next. Well, as you know, the American Dream is a national program where we focus on business, the entrepreneurial spirit, overcoming adversity, finance, the market, all things that are relevant to empowering your American dream. But a big topic of conversation on this show is housing. So what we do is we integrate local, top-producing, award-winning realtors to cover a wide range of topics on that subject, different micro markets, different niche subject matter. Housing is such a big topic, so we're going to bring you a lot of information right now from some of the best in your market. Let's check out these interviews.
Welcome back to The American Dream. My first guest in your Sacramento market is Amir Cackovic, broker and master of architecture. He is with Prestige Realty Advisors, and he is here today to talk to us about for sale by owner properties. Amir, thank you so much for being back on the show.
Thanks for inviting me again.
So, Amir, is it hard for sellers to sell houses by themselves?
Actually, it's not that difficult. I mean, most sellers can sell themselves, but it's risky and higher liability. That's many different lawsuits in the past when buyer and seller or seller got sued, either because seller forgot to disclose something or seller suddenly decided to take the house off the market and keep buyer's deposit. To answer your question, it is not difficult, but yes, it is risky and high liability, especially for the seller.
What would be your advice then for sale by owners, and what is the easiest way that they can go about selling these homes themselves?
Well, there's different steps if they follow, actually 7 steps, and they could probably most likely sell the house. Step number 1, they need to do the current pricing. So analyze the market and do the current pricing. Zillow is not accurate. Step number 2, get professional photos and 3D model. So do not take photos with your cell phone. Step number 3, set up a single-page website for your house where buyers, where you can actually collect a buyer's information and then reach out back to buyers. Step number 4, generate funnels on those websites so they can convert those buyers' leads. Step number 5, set up EDDM and direct mail campaign in the neighborhood. Step number 6. Research for the most opportune buyers, because different houses attracting different buyers based on their location, size, upgrades, etc. For example, millennials are attracted to the open floor plans and white cabinets, light colors. And step number 7, if all this doesn't work, you need to switch the gears and then reach out to agents. So offer some bonuses and some incentives to agents to bring the buyers. Currently, it's over 16,000 agents in Sacramento. If everybody has 3 or 4 buyers leads, that's about 50,000 leads, potential buyers to reach out back to your house. And if you do all these 7 steps, most likely you will be able to sell. However, you still have to think about showings, open houses, and deal with the paperwork yourself.
So are those, what you just mentioned, some of the benefits that maybe a person considering a for sale by owner really should maybe reconsider and think about hiring an agent?
That's a good question. I'm getting those questions all the time. So if you hire an agent, especially a local expert, they know how to research the value. So you will be for sure not leaving any money on the table. So that's the biggest benefits. Second biggest benefits, actually, they will be able to negotiate with your potential buyers. So you will not attract the lowball offers like for sale by owners typically attract lowball offers. There's a few other benefits. The agent will be actually coordinating with all the showings and 3D models, etc. So you don't have, it takes one more task off your table. And then that's NAR, National Association of Realtors statistics. Last year, actually, they were saying how buyers found their homes. 51% of all buyers found their homes online, which we knew. But 34% found houses through real estate agents, and remaining 15% through newspapers, friends, recommendation, etc. So if you hire an agent, you're exposing your house to 85% potential buyers. And another statistic from NAR that the houses for sale by owner sold in average 11.5% less than all houses sold by agents.
Wow.
And the last but not least, it's all the paperwork. So you're reducing all the liability. And most agents, most brokers have error submission insurance, which protects seller during the transaction, after the transaction. In my mind, that's the biggest benefit hiring an agent, besides keeping more money in your pocket. So your net is higher if you hire the agent.
Well, and coming from a person who recently went through this, I myself sold my home in the summer. I can't imagine doing it myself, seeing everything that my realtors did for me and did for my property. And I know that you do the same for your clients. You are one of the best in the business, a top producer in the Sacramento marketplace. Thank you so much for being back on the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
And if you have any other questions, reach out to us online, AmericanDreamNetwork.tv. And of course, we'd love to have you follow us along on social media. And we will be right back with more of the American Dream. My next guest today in your Sacramento market is Rich Cazneaux. He's in the top 1% in the Sacramento Tahoe region with Coldwell Banker. And his special guest that he's brought along with him today, Maggie Sekul. She is a top producing agent and co-listing agent on a very special property that they are here to tell us about today. Thank you both so much for being on the American Dream.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, Rich, I want to talk to you about this very special listing that you both are co-listing today. But first, I want to talk about the location, because I know that it truly is one of the most beautiful spots in all of California.
Absolutely. It's located on the Sacramento River, And it's a true gem that we have in our backyard. So often when people are talking about Sacramento, they talk about the location or the proximity to Napa and San Francisco and Tahoe, and overlook the Sacramento and the American River, which are right in our backyard. And it is truly a beautiful, beautiful river. And so many people actually even travel here to take advantage of some of the resources with the Sacramento River, which is, we have striper fishing and steelhead fishing and salmon fishing. So people will actually travel to Sacramento as a destination when we have it in our backyard. And of course, people are out there and taking advantage of water skiing and wake surfing and those types of activities. But this is one of the best properties out on the Garden Highway / Sacramento River. And I'm lucky enough to be co-listing that with Maggie, Sekul, who lives and works out in that area and is truly the Garden Highway specialist.
I was going to talk to you about that in just a second. I just wanted to say that I love that river, and I myself have floated down that river and rafted on that river, and it's truly a spectacular place. So I love hearing about it, and I can't believe that there's a property that's located right along that river. Maggie, tell me a little bit about this house.
Well, it's not just a house, it's actually an estate, and it's a prestigious waterfront estate along the Sacramento River with a private boat dock. We didn't really talk about that,
right.
But it has a private boat dock, so you have access to the river right in your backyard. You can keep your boat on the boat dock for all of the wakeboarding, water skiing, fishing. The salmon and the striper do run in the Sacramento River, so it's an excellent opportunity to try to catch a meal. And it's just a great way to unwind in our busy day when you look out at the river and enjoy everything it has to offer. So this property, what really makes it special is the 2 acres that it sits on. The grounds are lush, they're majestic, meticulously maintained by the owner, and it is situated between roughly 10 acres of county-owned land. So to the left and right of you, your neighbors are open space. And the views are spectacular. They are breathtaking. Everywhere you look, the views take your breath away. So that's what truly makes this special. Not too many properties have that open land to the left and right.
Sure. I feel like this estate really exemplifies what it means to have that indoor-outdoor lifestyle that we all want, especially if we live in California.
Absolutely. I think everyone talks about ocean and the Bay Area, but really this is unique not only to Sacramento, to California, to the world, to be able to have a boat dock that accesses the water. And this body of water goes all the way to the San Francisco Bay. So if you have the right boat, you can cruise to the San Francisco Bay. And there are some neighbors who have large boats that they actually choose to live on the Sacramento River to do just that.
Right. This dock can actually house a yacht.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful.
You can have a yacht, you can have an estate. What more do you need?
Yeah, it's the California dream.
It really is the California dream and the American dream. Now, Maggie, I know that you've referred to this property as being global luxury. What do you mean by that?
Well, what I mean by that is that this is a custom single-story home along the Garden Highway on the Sacramento River, and it has luxurious features throughout. It's just under 4,200 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, a heated pool and spa, which really give that resort-style feel. And it has a master suite that everybody dreams about with a private study inside, and guest quarters, a grand library, and beautiful living and family rooms, and picture windows that capture all the views that this property has to offer. It truly is special and luxurious.
Absolutely.
Well, it sounds absolutely amazing. I'm sure that our viewers will be very interested in seeing it. They should absolutely reach out to both of you if they are interested in this property or any others really in the Sacramento area. I know that both of you are top producers in your respective fields up there. Thank you so much for being back on the show.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And if you have any other questions, reach out to us online, AmericanDreamNetwork.tv, and follow us along on social media. We always love to hear from you. We'll be right back with more of the American Dream.
Hi, I'm Kelly McGee with the Bishop Real Estate Group, and today we're going to tour one of Granite Bay's premier estates. Residents love Granite Bay because it offers custom-built homes, gated and ungated communities, and larger lots. This home that we're at today is located in the Boulders at Los Lagos, a small enclave of custom estates on 1 to 2 acre lots. This listing on Avenida Robles was built by Jerry Hawks in 2005. The home features over 6,400 square feet of living space, an open floor plan, and many spacious rooms. The centerpiece of the home is the masterful chef's kitchen with savage cabinetry, top-of-the-line stainless steel appliances, built-in refrigerator, and large island. The kitchen opens up to the breakfast nook and family room, offering lots of space for entertaining and everyday living. Another great feature of this home is the spacious downstairs master retreat with a fireplace, high tray ceilings, and gorgeous spa-like bathroom. Other highlights of the home include a private guest suite, downstairs formal office, and a secluded upstairs wing with a loft, three bedrooms, and a second laundry room. Out back, you'll find the private yard that is a true entertainer's paradise with a pool, spa, outdoor fireplace, and lots of patio space. The home is situated on 1.7 acres and has gorgeous rock outcroppings, a circular driveway for extra parking, space for RV or boat storage, and a 4-car garage. 5721 Avenida Robles is a wonderful place to call home. For more information on this property or any others in the Granite Bay and Sacramento areas, please don't hesitate to call the Bishop Real Estate Group.
Good morning, Phil Rasmussen here with Synergy One Lending. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about how important it is to choose an expert in the mortgage industry when obtaining your financing needs. So much is made of the interest rate, and that is extremely important. What your payment amounts to is heavily dictated by your interest rate. But there are so many more factors that will ultimately decide whether or not you've obtained the right financing. The type of product, how much you borrow, what exactly does your originator do to help maximize your overall scenario? That is where the difference is truly made in who you work with. So when you're out shopping and you're considering interest rates and overall lenders out there, choose one with a low rate and one with a true professional like we have here at Synergy One Lending. Thanks for watching this morning. I'm Phil Rasmussen with Synergy One. Have a great day.
All right, that's all for today's show. The American Dream Legacy. Hey, if you want to comment on this show, if you want to follow us on social media, we would love to hear from you. Visit us online at AmericanDreamNetwork.tv. Follow us there. And of course, don't forget to tune into our next episode of The American Dream. See you next time.